You're listening to Weekend Game Plan on TSN 690.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
All right, this better be good, Mark. Sports at the suburban.com if you want to reach Mark for this weekly segment or for the weekly newspaper. You're starting this segment with sailing. Fire it to me here, Mark. This better be good.
I'll fire it to you because it's the Fireball class North American and World Sailing Championships are presently underway, with the Point Claire Yacht Club serving as hosts for a second time in the club's history to these prestigious events. The North American Championships closed out yesterday, and today will serve as a prep day for the racers entered in the Worlds. Now, starting tomorrow and running until next Friday, there will be 2 races each afternoon starting at 1 p.m., and the jockeying for position can be viewed from the shoreline around Point Claire's Bourgeois Park. Plus, there are some boats to take spectators out on the water that can be signed up for at the Yacht Club. Now, the Fireball is a high-performance 2-person sailing dinghy which offers exciting sailing and intense competition. And it was designed over 50 years ago by Peter Milne of the UK, and it's used in over 40 countries around the globe, with many of those nations here to compete. There were 41 crafts in the North American world, and there are 43 set to go for the World Championships. And the driving force behind the Worlds coming to Point Claire is veteran sailor Joe Jospy, who has worn many hats, including Commodore of Fireball International. And Joe's competed in 13 World Championships as well. Now, in the North American event, he crewed with Tom Egley, and the duo came in 3rd overall. Now, Joe and Tom will take on the World starting Sunday.
All right, elsewhere, the Cougars getting back at it. Football season's upon us.
Yeah, the Lakeshore Cougars Minor Football Association will launch the home portion of their schedule today at Kirkland's Parc des Bénévoles with a day-long celebration from 9 to 5. Lakeshore Football President Ted Stote is stoked as the club welcomes the Laurentide La Lonzière Wildcats to the turf. The Pee Wee Cougars open the day with a 9 a.m. start, followed by the Mosquito Cougars at 11, where Kirkland Mayor Michelle Gibson will handle the ceremonial coin toss. The Lakeshore Adams follow at 1 p.m., and the Bantam Cougars close out the day starting at 3 p.m. And there's going to be food and games, all sorts of family fun all day long to make the proceedings a great one. And last weekend, Lakeshore opened the season going 4 for 4 on the road, with the Adams winning 31-0, Mosquitoes 38-0, the Pee-wees 40-0, and the Bantams 48-23.
All right, moving on to baseball. Mark, it's always good when people are honored.
Well, as soon as I'm done here, I'm out the door on my way to Montreal North's Parc Charlevoix to cover the West Island Expos. They are the Lac St. Louis regional champs in Mosquito B, and they're at the Baseball Quebec Provincial Championships. This is the first baseball West Island squad to go to the provincials in some time, and today is now one and done if you lose. Now, the Expos opened yesterday with a tough 8-7 loss to the Saint Eustache Bisons, and this morning the Spos faced the Repentigny Seniors, looking for a win to continue on. But in the dugout with the Expos is Fred Majeur, who's pulling double duty, as Fred is the head coach of the Junior Elite Laval Pirates, who are in the middle of their playoffs. Now, Fred is the technical director for Hot Baseball West Island and Lac St. Louis, so he's there with the team to provide support to the team staff. Then Majeur will be on to the Pirates tonight for Game 3 of their series against Repentigny at Parc Paul Marcel Mayhew in Laval.
I know Fred. I've met
game.
Fred before. Wish him good luck for me, please.
Yep.
And please let this team know that if they can move on, they can get to the provincials, whatever, we'll have them in studio. All right?
There you go. And they're in tough. They're down 0-2 to Repentigny, so they need a win at home tonight.
Yeah, they do. They do. All right, finally.
Yeah, well, If you enjoy watching politicians sweat, there's an opportunity to watch a bunch of them sweat today, but not over policy decision, as local MNAs and MPs will take to the pitch for a good cause. Teams feature Enrico Ciccone, Carlos Letao, Greg Kelly, and Monsef Daraji have a challenge game between the MPs and MNAs at 5 p.m. at Dollard's École des Sources pitch at 2900 Lake Road. And there's money on the line that will go to the Montreal area's children's hospitals through the International Cup Kids Playing for Kids Foundation.
That's the field near the Civic Center, correct?
Civic Center, Marché de West, in behind it, down at the back on Lake.
Yeah, I remember, Mark, you're older than me, obviously, but I remember when that was a drive-in.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid sitting in a station wagon in my pajamas watching drive-in movies. How about that?
Yeah, well, the beauty with us, when back in the day the cars were so big when we were teenagers, throw some people in the trunk and just pay for a couple of drivers, and in you go. I never said that.
I was hoping there wasn't going to be a makeout story there, Mark, so I appreciate you going with that one. All right, thank you so much. sports@thesuburban.com if you want to get in touch with Mark for this segment or for the weekly newspaper. Thank you, Mark.
All right, have a great week. I'd enjoy the event tonight. I'm volunteering at Strangers at Night, so maybe I'll see you.
All right.
Sweet.
There you go.
See you tonight, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Take care.
It's Weekend Game Plan here on TSN 690. All right, here we go. Hour number 2. We gradually build up here, Montreal. It's August. You don't think anything's going on sports-wise? Big game tonight right here on TSN 690 with Grant Needham and Joey Alfieri on the call. Was that the correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got that right. Why was I second-guessing it?
Never
This
second-guess yourself.
is really do or die for the Impact. They need to win this game. TFC's got a game in hand. They're tied for the final playoff spot. 7:30 kickoff, 7 o'clock pregame on TSN 690. Rick Moffat not on this game because he's in Moncton for the Alouettes Argonauts tomorrow. Lots to talk about here with the new coach, the Impact game tonight, and the Alouettes tomorrow. Rick Moffat coming up next.